Buenos dias, feel good. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alex Baez. I promised you yesterday that I was gonna begin the healing process of your gut and your anxiety and all that shit, but I felt like sleeping all day because Twisted Tuesday recovery blues. You know how that goes. So here's the thing: what I was telling you, you need to understand how you got to wherever you are right now versus where you were and what led up to the events that led to your anxiety, your depression, your panic attacks, your brain fog, your slurred speech, or whatever the hell is going on. Okay, so basically, like I was telling you, again, I'm not against drug use. I'm just letting you know what has happened, how you can fix it, and how you can still live a happy and healthy life while still fucking getting fucked up or whatever, doing whatever you need to do. But I need to let you know what's happened inside of you to bring about that have led you to your current state of being in this life. So what you need to understand is you've been eating GMO foods since you was a kid, and you've been getting vaccines, and you've been getting all this shit. Usually the breakdown process within the body of all these things is, it doesn't start really hitting you till when you're in the late 20s, early 30s. You see what I'm saying? But when you take things like MDMA or acid or whatever, anything that kind of revs up the system, you're overclocking the digestive tract, especially Molly. You see what I'm saying? You change the environment within the stomach. Good bacteria dies, digestive enzymes die, your acid levels drop. This causes a whole host of problems. The neurotransmitters drop, 95% of your brain's neurotransmitters are produced in the gut. Only 5% are produced in the brain. So I'm telling you, it stands to reason to have optimal mental health, you have to have optimal gut health. You see what I'm saying? Every time that you take these substances, whether it be alcohol or whatever, you deplete times 4 dopamine and serotonin. Times 4 you deplete. When you go to sleep at night, given that you take the proper vitamins or whatever to replenish, you only replenish times 1. Now, MDMA was only supposed to be taken once a month at the most, and it usually is supposed to be once every 3 months to be safe, and it won't give you none of the adverse mental or dramatic effects or drains. You see what I'm saying? But something that I've noticed, and trust me, I'm guilty of it too, you know what I'm saying? I was popping them like every fucking weekend and wilding out. End up in serotonin deficit, or there's an actual condition called serotonin endometriosis. You can look it up. So basically, these neurotransmitters, they're very, very important. They maintain homeostasis of the body as a whole. You see what I'm saying? The serotonin regulates your sleep and wake cycles. It regulates your mood. You see what I'm saying? It regulates your resistance to stress. You see what I'm saying? Your dopamine levels. They give you your drive, your motivation, stuff like that. Your endorphins and your adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? These are your body's natural painkiller systems. They're also overexhausted and depleted. So it's important to have these things in check. You see what I'm saying? Or everything's just going to be out of whack. So let's begin. I drew a little diagram and stuff to show you where we're at. Don't worry about this shit. I'll explain that. So you have your stomach. This is your acid levels, right? So your acid levels are right here. They're supposed to be right here. Right here, you have this thing called the LES, the lower esophageal sphincter. This sphincter is supposed to remain closed, not allowing acid up and only allowing food in. What happens is when the acid levels drop to right here and not here, this signals the stomach to have that sphincter open, and when that sphincter is open, you have an overgrowth of bacteria called H. pylori. This H. pylori overgrows on the lower esophageal sphincter, keeping that sphincter open. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you eat food and it comes down and you have this air pocket, and whatever digestion is going on, it aggravates the acid levels, makes them rise. When the acid levels rise and this sphincter is open, then you have acid reflux. It comes right out. But at the same time, because of the air pocket that's right here, you see that air pocket? Because there's air right here and the acid levels are not here, now you have little tiny holes at the top of your stomach. So when the acid levels do rise and you have get that acid reflux bullshit, you have these air pockets, these fucking little tiny holes at the top of your stomach, and food particles start to come out. they start to come out of those areas, triggering an autoimmune response because the body's like, what the fuck, what's food doing here? So then the body attacks those food particles that come out of the top of your stomach, and at the same time it attacks you, and then you have inflammatory issues, whether it be irritable bowel syndrome or a whole host of shit. You know what I'm saying? This is where the anxiety is coming from. Your body is going haywire because food particles are coming out where it's not supposed to. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, what the fuck is this? What's this food? You know what I'm saying? The whole goal here is to seal these holes. You know what I'm saying? Seal these holes. Kill the bacteria that we have overgrowing here on our fucking lower esophageal sphincter. Kill that overgrowth of that H. pylori to close the esophageal sphincter. Seal these holes up. Bring the acid levels up. Once the acid levels come up to right here, the LES will automatically react and close. It'll automatically react. The only reason that it remained open is because the acid levels dropped. You see what I'm saying? So if we get the acid levels back up, we have to seal these holes. We get the acid levels back up to where they need to be. Kill the overgrowth of that bacteria. The LES will close. Now, let's go down here to the colon. This is your colon, right? This is not how your colon's supposed to look. These little needles you see on the inside of your colon, these are your villi. As food travels throughout your colon, you know what I'm saying? These villi suck the nutrients and, you know, uptake it in your body and stuff like that. Now let's go to your colon. So here's what's happening here, right? Let's take gluten, for example. Gluten, once it travels to the digestive tract, it comes through here. It starts blunting these villi. It starts killing them off and blunting them down. So you end up in malnutrition state. You know what I'm saying? You're not absorbing nutrients as it's going through the colon. It's acting as a glue, sealing that off and being impacted on the inside of the colon. At the same time, it's also causing tears in the intestinal lining. The cheese, once you start, you know, you've been eating cheese and stuff like that, that also adds to the gluten damage and stuff like that, and it starts overgrowing fungus and bacteria. Over time, these overgrowth of the fungus and bacteria starts eating away at the intestinal lining and starts causing holes. And now these tight junctions, it's supposed to be tight, you know what I'm saying? Now you got open spaces where food particles are also coming out of here, whether it be cheese or gluten or fungus. So when all this starts happening, you see what I'm saying? This triggers an autoimmune response. Your body is literally screaming at you, trying to talk to you like, help me, something's wrong, you gotta fix me, like, do this, don't do that. Your body doesn't have a mouth to talk to you, to tell you, hey, don't do this or don't do that. It talks to you in the only way that you know how to receive and perceive what it's trying to communicate with you. And it's through the pain receptors, through the anxiety, through all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's literally screaming at you like, yo, help me, something's wrong, in the only way that you'd be most receptive. And obviously it's working. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is where you're at right now. Now you know how you got here. You know, now you know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? The foods have set the stage for this. Some people may have taken substances, some people may have not taken substances. When you take substances, it accelerates this degenerative process and makes this happen faster. You see what I'm saying? So it's not to take away or say, oh, certain people, they fucked up their shit because they're doing shit. No, they were on the same path as well. It was just going to hit them a lot later. You know what I'm saying? All the fucking substances do is just accelerate the process so that you can get here faster. Now, this is where you're at. This is the end goal. This is where you want to be at. You see the colon? You see like it's a straight line? You see what I'm saying? The villi are active. Food is traveling through. The villi are sucking the nutrients, as you can see with the stomach. The acid levels are to where they need to be. They're right to where they need to be. The lower esophageal sphincter is closed, allowing food in, but no acid out. You see what I'm saying? It's a one-way highway. So the LES is closed. The way to eat that overgrowth of the bacteria is you're going to get a special type of honey that only comes from New Zealand. It's called Manuka honey. Manuka honey has the unique ability that when you eat it and it hits the digestive tract, it turns into naturally occurring hydrogen peroxide. And what happens is what it eats the overgrowth of that H. pylori bacteria right here. You know what I'm saying? And once you overgrow that bacteria, it's killed due to the hydrogen peroxide that you just ate in that honey. It'll allow that sphincter to heal and close. To get the acid levels back up, you need to take L-glutamine, an amino acid that heals and reinvigorates the stomach lining. You see what I'm saying? So we can seal the holes. Once the holes are sealed, you're going to take HCl, hydrochloric acid. This is going to raise your acid levels and replenish your acid levels. See what I'm saying? So this is the end game. I'm just giving you an overview of everything. This is the end game of where you want to be. Boom and boom. That's the end game. This is where you're at right now. You know what I'm saying? This is causing all sorts of shit. This is where you're at. This is the end game. Where you at? The end game. Started from the bottom. Now we here. Started from the bottom. Now the whole team fucking here. Hey, you know what I mean. Okay. This is a step-by-step process of how things are going to go. You see what I'm saying? There's a body, there's a mind, and then there's a spirit. It's a trinity of things. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing you everything you need to do with the body part, you know what I'm saying? Repairing the stomach, cleaning out your colon and such, you know what I'm saying? As far as the mind, we can repair the body. That's not a problem. We need to reset the mind. Now, you have this little gland in the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala regulates your anxiety response, your response to stress, your elevated cortisol levels, so on and so forth. Right now, it's here. It needs to be here. You see what I'm saying? Some people's are underactive, some people's are overactive, some people is baseline. Baseline is where you want to be. The amygdala regulates your emotional response to anything. You see what I'm saying? To reset the amygdala, you know, you're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to regrow the gray matter in the brain, and you have to reset the neural pathways. Now, not a lot of people can meditate. Trust me, I never used to be able to meditate at first. Not a problem. So there's these type of tones. They're called brainwave entrainment tones. These are scientifically proven to work. These tones mixed in with music, all you have to do is lay down, close your eyes, put your headphones on, and they synchronize your brain waves. Now, when your brain receives the brainwave entrainment tones, you know what I'm saying, it will listen to the stimuli, it will start to emulate the frequency and produce the desired brainwave state. You need to reteach your brain how to chill. You know what I'm saying? Your brain forgot how to be without anxiety. Your brain forgot how to not be in a depressed state. You know, your brain forgot certain functions. You see what I'm saying? We're creatures of habit. These tones, you know, all you got to do is 30 minutes a day, whether it be for depression or anxiety. It reteaches your brain to calm down, you know what I'm saying? It restores the gray matter, it restores the gray matter in the amygdala, and it resets the neural pathway response. Over time, over a period of 30 days, you will start to see that you're in a more calmer, soothing state, you see what I'm saying? And you're able to access alpha brainwave production. Beta or high beta is high anxiety. Alpha is the optimal place where you want to be. There's a spirit part to all this, you know what I'm saying? Things that are kind of in the realm of the believable, non-believable. We will get to that at another point in time. We're going to focus on the first two levels. We'll get to the spirit part. Trust me, I got you, boo-boo. Right now, we're going to focus on getting your body right and getting your mind right. You know what I'm saying? For the people that don't have the brainwave entrainment frequency tones, if you have an iPhone, I can give you all the tones for free. Unfortunately, if you have an Android, you're gonna have to pay for your own tones because I don't have Android, I have iPhone. But for the people that have iPhone, I can give you the tones for free so you can start working on yourself. Give you the battle plan for what you need, what needs to happen with the stomach, and step by step what's gonna happen, right? So basically, you're gonna do what they call a hydrocolonic. This is not going to be pleasant. A hydrocolonic is when you go see a licensed medical practitioner that does it. They insert it's like a tube, two tubes merged into one. They insert it into your rectum and they fill you with a certain type of solution. They fill you, they drop you. They fill you and drop you. This is the most optimal, best way to clean out the colon. The stomach cannot heal until you clean out the colon. You can be vegan and you can eat healthy, you can do all this shit, but if your colon is still dirty and you have not done a thorough colon cleanse, all is for naught. You see what I'm saying? Because you still have shit in there that you ate when you was a kid. Your body cannot process the GMO foods. So you have to clean everything out. Once you clean out the colon, you know what I'm saying? Then everything, the healing process can truly begin. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't have such a big toxin overload. So you do your colon cleanse. Immediately the next day, you're going to go into a 7-day juice fast. All right. The day of the hydrocolonic, all you're eating is salad and fruits and water, because you need to prep the system for what you're about to go to. You know what I'm saying? No salad, fruit, no dressing, like in water, alkaline water, not Dasani. It has to be alkaline water with a pH of 8.5 or higher. All right. So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do your hydrocolonic, then you're gonna go into a 7-day juice fast. Now, when I say 7-day juice fast, you might have your own juicer, you might go to a bar or a juice bar or whatever. They're literally gonna take vegetables and juice them and turn them into juice. You see what I'm saying? You drink 3 of those a day, green juices. 3 green juices, you're gonna drink the fucking alkaline water, and that's it for 7 days. That's all you're doing. I say, okay, you're done with the juice fast. You're on day 7, right? And you're like, oh shit, yeah, I can eat regular foods. At this point, you should be salivating at, I'm gonna eat this. You've been daydreaming of all the wonderful foods that you can eat. Nope. You can't just, this is your last day of your juice fast, day 7, day 8. You're gonna go right back into eating normal food. That's not going to happen. You have a mucus lining on the inside of your stomach that protects your body from chemicals and things like that. When you go into juice fast mode, that mucus lining drops down. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just go right back to eating normal foods the next day, or your body's going to go into toxic shock and your heart's going to go into cardiac arrest. Trust me, I've been there. It's not a pleasant process. You see what I'm saying? The gut lining, the mucus lining that's inside of your stomach has to be rebuilt slowly. So that's why on day 8, your first day off of the juice fast, you have to break your body in slowly to eating solid foods. So like day 8, you're going to eat fruits, solid vegetables, alkaline water. That's it. The next day, day 9, you're going to introduce a little bit more subtle things. Nothing cooked in no crazy shit, like maybe some scrambled eggs in some coconut oil, maybe with some quinoa, you know what I'm saying? You want to ease back in, then the next day start introducing more complex things. You see what I'm saying? So this will carry you through, you know what I'm saying? You do your hydrocolonic, you do your fucking juice fast. Next week, we're going to go into the program of the 4 R's. So there's 4 R's to the process. That's step 2. Step 1 is hydrocolonic. Fucking do a 7-day juice fast. Step 2, we're going to go into the 4 R's, which I'm going to get into next week. The 4 R's are basically, where's my notes? I'm saying, like, you need to remove alcohol for the period of your healing period. Trust me, I know you want to get turned, but how bad you want to get healed? You need to remove dairy. You need to remove gluten. You need to remove cooking oils that have safflower, made out of canola, made out of hydrogenated vegetable oils. For my Spanish people, any fucking Spanish oils that you use to make the rice, like fucking Masola or Wesson or all that shit, that shit's got to go. Cigarettes, they got to go. I'm not saying that you have to quit cigarettes forever, but for the period of this healing process, cigarettes got to go. You know what I'm saying? The drugs, anything, weed, fucking mushrooms, fucking acid, fucking Molly, all these things are going to overclock the system. Your system's not running optimally anyway, so you might as well just take a period where you just stop and focus on the healing so that you can come back and get fucked up and actually enjoy it without having to worry about the come up and the anxiety and all this shit. Just take a break. Take a break. Damn, bro, chill. You know what I'm saying? Meat, got to go. Carcinogenic. Well, that's it. That pretty much concludes the briefing, and we went into day 1. I'm not gonna tell you that this is going to be it's gonna be an easy task. There's gonna be some hard work on your behalf that you have to put forth, and a little bit of effort on your behalf. But you got to ask yourself, the one question is, how bad do you want this nightmare to end? How bad do you want your life back? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was dealing with anxiety, when I was dealing with depression, when I was dealing with all these fucked up things, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand why, and I seen everything that I have to do to get it done. It was like, okay, this is a lot of fucking shit that I need to do and take care of. But how bad do I want to be successful and to be happy and to be healthy? You see what I'm saying? I wanted that shit to be done. I wanted my life back. I wanted to feel more like me and not feel like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? That's it, you know what I'm saying? So You know, if you guys have any questions or, you know, anything that you want to know, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I have to put out this legal disclaimer because of the FDA. I'm not treating or curing or mitigating disease, you know, blah, 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 FDA approved. Go see a medical doctor or whatever. But, you know, I'll tell you straight up. I've seen Western medicine doctors for a lot of the shit that I was going through, and they didn't know their fucking head from their ass. Did you know that the average doctor, you know, that goes to college 4, 6, 8 years, they only get 20 minutes of nutritional health learning within their course, their whole tenure? You see what I'm saying? And nutrition is like the basis of fucking health. But whatever, I'm not going to get into that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'm out. Namaste. Oh, bonus footage. So, you know, we're going to go through the entire process and all that, but I wanted to show you something for those of you that suffer with anxiety or panic attacks and stuff like that. I wanted to show you something that, a concoction that I kind of came up with over the years that kind of slows the anxiety down, if not stop it in its tracks. So when you have anxiety and you're feeling tense or whatever, the mushrooms, the muscles, they tense up. This is due to a lack of magnesium. Also, you have a lot of over hyperactivity in the stomach. This works for acid reflux. This works for anxiety and panic attacks. It'll take the wind right out of the sails. So right here, as you can see, we have Calm, which is a magnesium powder. You know what I'm saying? You can get this at the organic store. 1 teaspoon of this in an 8-ounce glass of water. 2 capfuls of this, which is Bragg's apple cider vinegar. This, and this, and you slam it down. Anxiety gotta go. Anxiety gotta go. Anxiety like, oh, man, like at 30 minutes after you drink it, at the most 20 probably. You know what I'm saying? You had the whole escalation like, oh my god, oh, anxiety, and then it kicks in and shit. Like, oh man, I was tripping. I thought it was the end of the world, heart palpitations, all this shit. I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? So, this is Alex Baez, the Fire Shaman. I'll see all you lovely people next week. Namaste.